Welcome to Givi Global, where we bring you the latest Givi news from around the world. It's been a very intense month for Givi France. After the Seclin Moto show in the north of the country, they jumped on the road and traveled all the way to the south for the annual Sunday Ride Classic event at the Paul Ricard circuit near La Castellette. The SRC is one of the most important vintage motorcycle events in Europe, and it also hosts the first round of the European Classic Motorcycle Championship. This year, there were some very special guests like Giacomo Agostini and Kevin Schwantz, who rode a few laps aboard his World Championship-winning Suzuki RGV 500cc two-stroke. The event also hosted the 50th anniversary of the European Honda CB750 Club, and more than 200 proud owners of the historic Japanese four-cylinders showed up with their motorcycles. Our French subsidiary was in the thick of it as they set up their mobile display unit and showcased most of the actual Givi product range. 2019 will mark the 7th installment of our Givi Explorer Tour. Born from the idea of bringing together Givi's top clients from around the world to explore some of the planet's most remote areas, Givi Explorer turned into a large-scale project. It's now a web portal dedicated to any sort of travels on two wheels, where visitors can learn about new destinations or upload their own adventures and share them with the community. The peak of every year's activity is the Explorer Tour. We rode together in Patagonia, Chile, South Africa, Colombia, Cambodia, Vietnam, and Morocco, and now it's time for the Malaysian adventure. Check this out. The MotoGP race in Le Mans, France was another roller coaster ride for Givi-sponsored teams and riders. Italian Andrea Dovizioso posted another comeback performance, closing in second position behind Marc Marquez. For the record, the Spaniard put his seal on the 300th win for the Honda in the Premier class. Dovizioso, who is now 8 points behind Marquez in the general classification, had to fight hard all day to keep his second position. After battling with Jack Miller until lap 17 when he finally got to pass the Australian, Andrea also had to curb the comeback of his factory Ducati teammate Danilo Petrucci, who really pushed hard in the last few laps to try and get the best of his captain. Overall, it was a great weekend for Team Ducati, with both riders finishing on the podium. Unfortunately, it was a totally different story for Team LCR Honda and their two riders in France. Cal Crutchlow had another difficult day on Saturday and only qualified in 15th place. That led to a poor starting position for the race, but he managed to get a good jump and settled in 9th place, where he eventually finished. Cal's been struggling for the last few races with the setting of his motorcycle and declared that he is especially lacking feeling with the tires, so there's a lot of work ahead of the team to try and improve the situation. His teammate Taka Nakagami had an even worse day in the cold French weather. The young Japanese was the only one on the grid who started with medium compound tires, while everyone else opted for the soft ones. That's probably the reason why Taka didn't finish the race, as he crashed out when he was comfortably sitting in 10th, and another top 10 finish was well within his reach. Last week, it was time for the Italian round at Imola for the World Superbike Championship. Weather was the absolute protagonist as it kept changing pretty much every hour, disrupting the schedule at the event and shattering any possible race strategy conceived by the teams. The final unfortunate touch was a deluge right before the Superbike Race 2 on Sunday, which forced the promoters to cancel any other race and sent everybody home. The decision sparked a huge controversy, but at Givi, we believe that rider safety should be the #1 concern every time, regardless, so we 100% support the decision of the race director and the teams. Besides all that, there was still time to shine for Kawasaki Puchetti Racing top rider Toprak Razgatlioglu. The young talent is starting to show the speed and determination that put him on the podium in several occasions last year, and Race 1 in Imola was one of those moments when everything clicked for him. Toprak had a decent start from the 4th row of the grid and closed the first lap in 7th position. At that point, the Turkish rider increased his pace and found a little extra speed among the hills of the Italian circuit, supported by the roar of the crowd. In 9 laps, he put together a spectacular comeback, getting all the way up to 3rd. The real excitement, though, came in the final laps when factory Yamaha rider Vandermark gave everything he had to pass Toprak and steal the deserved podium from him. Toprak didn't buckle and put up a fierce defense, pushing back each and every attack and securing his spectacular 3rd-place finish. It's time for this week's Product Spotlight. This week we have the T513 waterproof engine guard bags. Watch this.
Givi's known for their high-end Italian design, strong technological attitude, and knowledge of materials. If you're in need of a little extra storage space on your next ride, then Givi's pair of 5-liter engine guard bags are a perfect and simple solution. This pair of 5-liter waterproof engine guard bags are a great storage option for occupying that otherwise unused space on either side of your motorcycle. They're made of a durable black TPU nylon material that's been high-frequency heat welded to guarantee that they are 100% waterproof. In addition, these materials are compliant with REACH regulations, which means that they meet environmentally friendly material standards as well. The pair of 5-liter bags gives you 10 liters total of additional storage space, which is perfect for a travel or roadside kit on one side and a day trip riding essentials on the other. The bag features the roll-up closure system that is secure in place with a strap and easy release buckle. Universal in nature, these bags come complete with D-ring straps to hook to all engine guards. Using the same strap, they can be mounted to the lids of other Givi cases like the Trekker Outback and the Trekker Dolomiti. For added safety measure, a reflective print was put on the outside of the bag to increase your low light visibility. And when you're ready to transport your bags, they both come with shoulder straps that can be added for easy carrying. So if you're in need of a little extra storage space for your smaller items, the 5-liter engine guard bags are sold as a pair.
Thank you for watching this edition of Givi Global, where we bring you the latest Givi news from around the world. And don't forget to subscribe to our Givi YouTube channel to be notified when the next episode will be online.